Nicole from Hello the Future, and today we're going to talk about Chris Guillebeau's The $100 Startup Chapters 9 and 10. Chapter 9 is about hustling, or the gentle art of self-promotion. So what exactly is hustling? Hustling, of course, is making sure the people who need to know about your product actually know about your product. Chris Guillebeau calls it the intersection between style and substance, or the intersection between work and talk, but we all know what hustling is. It's making sure people know about your product. So the deal with hustling, alright? Before you can hustle, you have to have something worth hustling. And I know some people have flipped this. There are all the stories about people like, for example, Tim Ferriss, who have put up a book page selling a book that they have not yet written, and then once they get the sales, then they actually write the book, that kind of thing. And of course Kickstarter has changed that equation somewhat. But the idea is that you start out, if not an actual product, you actually have an idea that people are interested in, and of course we talked about that in chapters 1 through the current chapter, which is 9. So once you have something worth talking about, then the idea is that you're going to spend at least as much time hustling as you are actually working on building and preparing the product. And for Hello the Future's case, I have found this to be 100% true. I spend every morning hustling, as it were, and for me this means updating my online properties. I know that sounds lame, but that's what they're called. So updating, you know, the Twitter, the Facebook, the Tumblr, the blog, checking in with my stats, making sure people are looking at the things I put up yesterday, talking to people on Twitter, which is also fun. I'm not just talking to you to hustle. You can tell when I'm promoting something and when I'm actually talking to you. By the way, are you following me on Twitter yet? Because you totally should be. Anyway, so I'm doing that, and I'm also every morning I'm asking people for shows, because in my case, getting shows is the most, it's the best way for me to actually get income. So it's two things. It's keeping the online properties maintained, keeping the story going about the new things I'm going to be launching later. We started that 2 weeks ago when I did my launch video. And then of course asking for shows. So that is my hustling component. I can probably actually find more things to do to hustle. I could, for example, email my mailing list more often, which is a bit of a double-edged sword, as it were, because no one likes the emails, and yet the mailing list is supposedly the most valuable asset you have. But that is another story. You'll have to read Chris's chapter to find out more about that. So my question for you is, if you have something that you are trying to sell or something that you have sold, what have you done to hustle? And has it worked? Has it not worked? And how much time do you spend on it compared to how much time you spend on building or maintaining your actual thing that you sell? So that is chapter 9. It is short. Chris also has a one-page promotion plan link there, which you can read. Chapter 10 is called Show Me the Money. Chapter 10 is about money. Remember, that is why we're doing this. So there are two things to keep track of with money. I cannot believe I have to tell anyone this. You know what I'm going to say. 1 is earn it, 2 is don't spend it, right? Okay, so we'll start with number 2, don't spend money. Keep your overhead low, alright? Overhead, if you do not know what that means, overhead is the amount of money it takes to keep you functioning on a basic level. That includes, I mean, depending on how your business is set up, it includes a number of different things. But for the sake of a human, right, we'll say it includes rent and food and whatever transportation you use, and clothes and, you know, toilet paper and stuff, right? So keep your overhead low is sort of like the number 1 rule for a small business. And whatever that means to you is what it means to you. Maybe it means you work out of your bedroom instead of out of an office. Maybe it means you take the bus instead of a car. Maybe it means you figure something out. And then secondly, with spending, is be very, very careful if you're going to spend on your business unless the spending is immediately related to income. Alright? For example, I could hire someone to redo my website. My website is not terrible. I do not think it is the best website in the world. I could probably hire someone to redo my website and it would be slightly better. Or I could take that same amount of money and I could go to 3 conventions and I could make a bunch of money. So in that case, the amount of money I would spend on someone redoing my website might result in a larger amount of sales. It might, honestly. And I don't know, someone might be able to improve my click path or my funnel or whatever. But what I know from 2 years of doing this is that I sell the majority of my product through live performances, and so the way to increase the money is to increase the live performances. So that is where I will invest when it comes to spending money on the business. So that is the first rule, is the don't spend half. The second half, the making money half, is again what I have mentioned before. Are you doing something every day that can turn into money, right? Are you working on a product? If you have a product, have you told people about it? If you've told people about it, have you told them again? Have you told new people about it? Have you set up a story like the one we talked about with the launch, with the limited time offer? So you start out and you get people excited and you say it's going to happen, it's going to happen, it's going to happen the night before, then the day of, and it goes and everyone gets excited, and then oh no, time is running out, so then they get excited again, etc. Are you doing all of those things? And oh my goodness, that is a lot of things. Those are a lot of things. Grammar, whatever. So yeah, there you go. Again, there's more in the book. These 2 chapters are pretty short, but we clicked through them and we're moving on, and we'll do chapters 11 and 12 next week. To recap, because I talked very, very quickly. Chapter 9, make something nice. Spend at least as much time hustling it as you did making it, if not more. Chapter 10, try to earn money. Don't spend money on your business unless it is related to earning money. Alright, that is all. Thank you.